Now on 4 News Now at 6, a football player's life saved by those watching on the sidelines. We'll explain the chaos during a Spokane Valley Middle School football game.
And just one day after record heat, we are cooling down in a big way. We're getting some much needed rain moving into the inland northwest.
And tonight we are kicking off our Coats for Kids drive to help keep children warm this winter. We are live at Safeway in the Spokane Valley with how you can donate. You're watching 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
It's just chaos. I mean, the first thing I'm seeing is people running.
This mom's still trying to process how a football game ended in a frenzy to save a 7th grader. The Central Valley School District says that middle schooler is recovering tonight. He was knocked unconscious during the game yesterday, but people called 911 and they did say he wasn't breathing and they tried to help as best they could. Others
raced to the field just to save him in any kind of cardiac arrest. Those minutes mean everything. We want to go now live to Esther Bauer, who's at Horizon Middle School with more. Esther.
Well, this is where the 7th graders were playing. A mom who was here tells me everything happened so fast. One minute the kids are running down the field. The next, it's a mad dash to try and save a student who stopped breathing.
They were playing and then all of a sudden it was chaos.
Ariana Walker's son was on the field when it happened.
Immediate fear that it was him.
Her son wasn't hurt, but everyone was worried.
They were all together praying, crying, and so I remember seeing that and seeing how scared my son was for his friend.
The Spokane Valley Fire Department rushed to the scene, expecting the worst.
More difficult to run on children's calls. Those tend to be the more stressful calls we run on.
The stress subsided when they arrived and he was breathing.
It's been proven that lives are saved in the first few minutes.
Starting CPR as soon as possible and having an AED nearby saves lives. The machine will walk you through how to use it and gives people step-by-step directions.
I believe everyone was really lucky yesterday.
Crews still took him to the hospital, and this mom is more nervous about the season.
It made everything really real, and being fearful that could happen to him.
She says she's thankful she knows CPR, and people at the game were brave enough to use it when it mattered most. And the Spokane Valley Fire Department offers free CPR classes if you want to learn. They also recommend downloading this free app. It's called Pulse Point, and what it does is it tells you where AEDs are located based on your location. The school district also tells us since this incident, they're taking into account how many AEDs they have. They want to make sure they have enough and that they're in a location that will keep their students safe. Reporting live in Spokane Valley, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.
Esther, thank you. And it's stories like this that have led to some parents signing their kids up for flag football, thinking it's a safer alternative to tackle football. But according to one recent study, that might not be the case. Researchers say that the rate of injury in flag football is more than double compared to tackle football. They say they've found a majority of those injuries are sprains, cuts, and bruises, and this may be because of the lack of protective gear. Players also tend to dive for flags. Researchers say that while flag football is supposed to be a non-contact sport, their analysis showed every concussion on the flag side of the study happened when coming in contact with another player. On the flip side, they found tackle football players spent more time off the field recovering from injuries than flag players, and that's because the injuries from blocking on the line of scrimmage were more serious. Ultimately, though, there is a risk for injury in just about any sport your kids play. You can find a link to this study on our website, kxly.com.
Get ready for cooler temps and rain at the bus stop tomorrow morning. We'll send it over to meteorologist Matt Gray in the First Alert Weather Center, who's been tracking this rain all day. Matt.
Yeah, we've seen a few sprinkles around the inland northwest, and as we get into the evening, we're going to see that kind of increase and spread out across the region. A live look at the radar. The sprinkles that were around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene earlier this afternoon, they have long moved on, but in central Washington, we continue to see some light rain. It's pushing into the Omak area and around the Grand Coulee Dam and moving out of Moses Lake at this hour. Take a bit of a wider view. You can see big storm system off the Pacific coast. It's moving our way. It's going to give us more more rain than the last one did last week, and it's going to give us a break from what ended up being record heat yesterday. My goodness. So here's how things are expected to go. Increasing chances for rain as the night wears on, but really we're expecting most of the action to be early in the morning. You can see this is about 9 a.m. and we've got some pretty decent rainfall across much of the inland Northwest, including the urban corridor between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. So you definitely want the raincoats as you are headed out the door tomorrow to the bus stop or off to work. Temperatures on the cool side as well, especially with a light breeze. It'll definitely feel like fall as we end up starting the day in the low 50s. Coming up, we'll show you how long this rain is going to stick around and what the weekend's shaping up like.
Matt, thank you. Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezevich agreed to extend his deadline to clear Camp Hope. Late last week, the sheriff sent a letter to WashDOT saying he intended to clear the camp by mid-October. Today, city officials confirmed Mayor Nadine Woodward asked Sheriff Knezevich for more time while she worked with other government agencies on a plan. He agreed to push it to November 10th. The sheriff's office says that's not a hard date, but rather a timeline date. Jules Helping Hand said earlier this week there were plans to start putting up a fence around the camp, which was supposed to happen today, which would then lead to a curfew. We checked the camp today and found no signs of fencing.
A new push to safely store guns away from children. Spokane public school families could soon see some messaging about gun safety. Board members are discussing next steps and how they are going to promote community awareness about securing firearms.
Spokane Public Schools says students and gun safety has turned into a hot topic in recent years because of violence on campuses across the nation and rates of depression. Vanessa Perez is live with safety measures the district could take to keep your family safe.
Well, SPS says it wants to build a strong and informed community. It says it wants to provide factual information about proper gun storage, and one local gun shop owner wants to help get that message out. For some, guns are personal protection, but they should never make it into the hands of a child.
Gun owners have a responsibility to store firearms in a safe manner.
That way, guns have less chances of making it into schools. The SPS board is looking at the right way and strategy to share information with families on how to properly store firearms.
All part of building a really strong and safe and well-informed community. And we know as a public school system, we have a role to play in making sure our families are well-informed.
Board members will discuss what messaging could look like tonight, which might include conversations about gun storage at grandparents' and friends' homes, and recognizing behavioral signs like depression in kids.
We know that our parents have an interest in particular topics, and we're always sharing interest around a range of different public health topics and educational topics with our families. And in the recent years, the topic of school safety and the topic of firearm safety has been a really prominent aspect.
Sharpshooting Range hopes to work with SPS to get the message out.
And making sure that we can provide resources to SPS to support their campaign on contacting families throughout our community.
Ball says you can properly store a firearm in several ways: by a simple cable lock, trigger guard, padlock, or lockbox. A few safety steps and the right message to keep children away from guns. The school board meeting gets underway in a little less than an hour. We'll keep you updated on what the next steps will be. Live in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. Construction is switching lanes on Monroe Street near downtown Spokane. The city says there will still be access to Summit Parkway, but there will be times when the road is blocked off. This is part of a 6-year street maintenance program. Construction is expected to wrap up late October. May feel like summer outside, but we know colder weather is on the way. Here at 4 News Now, we don't want any child to be cold this winter.
And so we're asking you to join our 38th annual Coats for Kids drive and donate a new or gently used coat. Our coat collection starts tonight with Chris Crocker live at the Safeway in Spokane Valley at 32nd and Highway 27. Chris, we saw cheerleaders earlier. There was bratwurst.
Yeah.
A lot going on tonight.
Firefighters, yes, we've got it all. And big stacks of cash. Would you believe we have collected almost $3,000 here at this beautifully remodeled Safeway store? I cannot go on and on enough about that, but I'm a very good code shopper. I will be able to turn this into so many codes, but we've already got a great start thanks to Jerry Howard, store director here. Yes. And you've got some codes for me.
I do, Chris. So we like to start off with a good turnout from Freeman. We have over 200 jackets right here donated.
Wow.
This took those kids a week and a half to do for me. It was a fantastic job from Freeman Elementary.
Thank you, Freeman Elementary. And some more over here.
Yes. So I'd like to introduce some Safeway associates, Albertsons associates. My boss, John D'Angelo.
Hi.
Kenny is up at Indian Trail Store. Kara is out at North Point. And Darren is a COS, which is in charge of the grocery departments he travels a lot.
Okay.
But he's been with me he's one of my good friends, and yeah.
And anybody who's watching, if go to your favorite Safeway and Albertsons, see your favorite store director, and you can donate a coat there.
Yes, you can. This is the north side. We're the valley. There's stores all over the place, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So go to your local Safeway, Albertsons. We'll be glad to take your donations.
And you've been such a good partner to us for so many years. Why does Safeway and Albertson do this for Coats for Kids? We appreciate you so much.
It's being part of the community. That's what we're about, and that's what we'd like to be. We've got some exciting things coming. I can't share all of it, but we do have some. My boss is smiling because he knows we've got some exciting things coming for the holidays, and we're really jacked for what we stand for, and community partnership is one of them.
Well, you have proven that time and time again. Coming up in the next half hour, I am still here. If you bring a coat, you get a free flu shot, and I'm going to get a flu shot. Aaron and Kirsten.
Chris, being
So you know how well that's gone in the past. I'm a little bit of a baby, but let's do it.
We should bring up that file footage and do a year-to-year comparison there for Chris.
Chris, you're brave. We're excited to see, and what a tease, you know? The viewers are going to stick around.
I hope she's been working out. She's going to have to show those guns on live TV.
Yes, I am.
Well, for more information on where to donate, head to KXLY.com/coats4kids. As we get closer to that deadline, we will update that page with where you can pick up a coat. Take a look at this. This bug has a case of mistaken identity. We'll explain which insect it's getting confused with and why researchers say these bugs are good news for farmers.
And hundreds of thousands of families are without power as Hurricane Ian continues to tear through Florida. Meteorologist Matt Gray explains why the storm is a worst-case scenario for the communities hit by it.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Leave your piggy bank at home. Save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Change is just a part of life. As humans, we're wired to handle life's changes, big and small. COVID-19 is one of those changes, and it's sticking around for a while, whether we like it or not. Each new wave requires us to adapt, to adjust, but together, we will. COVID keeps changing, but so can we. Visit takecarewhat.org to learn how.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But one day, this farmer will use augmented reality to help ensure the best yield. Urban planners will model traffic solutions to help decrease commute times. Exploring a spacecraft in a museum is one thing. But one day, the metaverse will help students learn about the rings of Saturn. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
My son's name was Carson. He was just the light of my life. His anxiety and his inability to sleep caused him to purchase a pill from Snapchat, and we know that it's what killed him. Congresswoman McMorris Rogers is bringing awareness to this. She personally reached out to me. She took the time to hear Carson's story. She has been driven in trying to prevent further loss.
I'm Kathy McMorris-Rogers, and I approve this message.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the triple pet pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Next ET, we're with Sarah Jessica Parker, Bette Midler, and Kathy Najimy for the New York premiere of Hocus Pocus 2.
I will say that we are all very moved by the enthusiasm.
Plus, Only We're with Leanne Rimes and Eddie Cibrian talking about their wild new collab.
I said, take your clothes off.
I do that a lot.
Then,
The big reveal. Hey, Snow. Hey, girl.
our exclusive At Home with country singer Jake Owen.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Hurricane Ian continues to tear through Florida with winds over 150 miles an hour, causing flooding across the western part of the state. And winds are taking out power lines and leaving hundreds of thousands of families without power right now.
Well, Ian is now classified as a Category 3 hurricane. Take a look at this clip. The storm is so powerful, it's sucking up water from Tampa Bay and other nearby water sources, and then it's spewing it out again as that dangerous 5 to 10 foot storm surge.
Don't go out there. It's so dangerous to be out there. So even if you see the water receding, it's not the time to go out there and look at it.
You can even see storm surge coming in on one island with water flooding the streets in a matter of minutes as Ian creeps along. More than 2.5 million Floridians under evacuation orders. 30,000 workers are on standby to restore electricity after this storm. President Biden promising federal support.
We'll be there to help you clean up and rebuild, to help you get Florida get moving again. And we'll be there at every step of the way.
Well, Matt and Kirsten have both been in Florida tracking these kinds of storms. What goes through your mind as you watch Ian come in?
I think it's a tough storm, and we've been watching it for several days now. A lot of my friends from Orlando have been letting me know how things are going in the central location. But as Matt and I know, my mom lives in Naples. You used to work in that area. It is.
I know a lot of people there still who are
awful.
Riding it out and probably seeing things that they really probably did not think they ever would see. It's that part of the state's been very lucky that they haven't had the level of flooding that they are seeing right now, and it is one of those forever changes that region.
Yeah, that storm surge, I think, Matt, is what confuses a lot of people, especially if you're not from Florida.
Yeah, exactly. So here is the deal. Here's the kind of the movement of the storm as it's passed over the southwest Florida coast today. Now, on the backside of the storm, you have these powerful winds, 100+ mile-an-hour gusts. And basically what that does is it is pushing the Gulf of Mexico into the shoreline, and that water just keeps going. It doesn't stop when you have a storm this powerful. In fact, this is the most powerful storm to make landfall in the southwest Florida region. Even wind speeds with slightly lower pressures than Hurricane Charlie, which you may remember from the news cycle back in 2004, and stronger than Hurricane Irma, which happened just 5 years ago, and a storm which I covered when I was working in that part of the country. And compared to Charlie, which was very small, this storm is much bigger, and so more areas had more impact from those fierce winds and that storm surge. Basically just taking the Gulf of Mexico and pouring it over the barrier islands and basically pushing the water up all of the rivers in the region. A lot of swampland that these communities are built on, and they are now well underwater. In some places, we're talking about over 10 feet of storm surge because of those winds. So here's kind of a visualization about that. I'm 5'11" on a good day. 3 foot storm surge, well, that gets up to right about your hip level, 6 foot. And then 8 foot is the top of our screen, or just actually above the top of our screen here in the studio. So when you're talking about 10 and 12 feet, you're talking about getting up to the second stories of many buildings. And that is what many people are going through in that region tonight, waiting for help on the second stories of buildings if they chose to stay behind or they didn't have the means to. A devastating situation, then. We're going to see a lot of awful things as things begin to clear up from the storm as we see the devastation that's left behind. So let's keep everybody in Southwest Florida in our thoughts and our prayers. I'll have your local forecast right after this break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
My husband has diabetes.
Even with health insurance, we're having a hard time affording our medications.
Thankfully, we have Patty Murray fighting for us in the U.S. Senate. She kept at it till Congress finally lowered the cost of prescription drugs.
And capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month.
Now we'll save thousands every year. We know when Patty is back in the other Washington.
She is working for us.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
The Ronald McDonald House Charities offers families a home away from home while their children undergo medical treatment.
We offer family support, a safe, comfortable place to stay, transportation, a home-cooked meal during a difficult time in their lives, all free of charge. Together, we keep families close.
New America Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Ronald McDonald House as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at NewAmericaCU.com.
If only there was a place in the morning to start my day. With a smile, somewhere to help me get in the know. Oh wait, there is. Bring your friends. Good morning, America. GMA 7A. Now that's how you start your day.
Sales this big come along once in a lifetime. Get to the best for last 2022 RV closeout happening now at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. We're heavily discounting our last 2022 RVs with our most competitive prices ever. Take your pick from a new Aspen Trail or Colorado travel trailer, both priced under 30 grand and only $189 a month. Get your best RV deal ever during the best for last 2022 RV closeout through October 1st only at Appleway RV in Liberty Lake. Family adventure starts here.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Breaking news out of Hollywood tonight. TMZ is reporting that rapper Coolio has died. He was found unconscious in a bathroom at a friend's house. First responders pronounced him dead, suspecting heart complications. His cause of death has not been confirmed. He's best known for several chart-topping songs, including Gangsta's Paradise and Fantastic Voyage. He was 59 years old.
And as promised, we will take a look at your local weather. Much cooler conditions today. The cloud cover certainly having something to do with that, but also the storm system sliding in, taking over from record heat yesterday up to 90 degrees in the Spokane area. Much cooler right now, and compare this to where we were at this time yesterday, where we were well into the 80s. We're talking about 9, 12, 15 or more degrees below where we were just 24 hours ago. And considering where we're going to end up for our highs tomorrow afternoon, we're talking about a huge swing in temperatures, in some cases more than 40 degrees. Craziness. 4 things you got to know. Evening sprinkles tonight. We'll see that rain become more common and steadier as the night goes on. Cool, showery conditions for Thursday, and then, well, it's not going to last forever. A really nice and sunny weekend, so we're going to get the much-needed rain in and out of here. Now, we are going to be pretty cloudy as we head into this evening. There's going to be some showers around, but it's going to be more of a light occasional sprinkle from time to time. Once we get into the early hours of the morning, I think that's when things are going to really start to pop off around here. Temperatures down into the 60s as we head later on into your evening. So still pretty mild. You don't really got to break out the jacket yet. You might want to do that for tomorrow, especially the rain jacket, considering how things are looking. So here we go. Those light sprinkles into the early hours of the morning, things really start to get going. You can see pockets of heavier rain in here as well as we approach 6 a.m. And right up around the urban corridor, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, seeing some pretty decent rain at this hour. So we're getting up in the morning, we're getting ready to start our day. Don't forget the umbrella, don't forget the rain jacket. Now by lunchtime, things have calmed down quite a bit, but still, some light rain scattered around the region. Winds are going to start to shift out of the north by the time we get into the evening. So any rain that's been lurking up in the mountains, that'll start coming back down. So you may end up getting a double dip from the same moisture as we head into Friday night, or rather, excuse me, Thursday night. By Friday morning, still a couple of showers hanging around, especially around the Palouse and in central Idaho. And then we clear out. We have a beautiful weekend in store. Now, we do need the rain. We didn't have much luck last week. This looks pretty nice, though. 1/4 of an inch to maybe as much as 1/2 of an inch around the metro. it's been a little dry recently. Your drought monitor has been going up over the last couple of weeks. That would certainly feel nice, and I think your lawns and your plants would enjoy that as well. All right, so do keep the rain gear handy for the afternoon. Just it's not going to be nearly as common as what we're going to see in the morning or as heavy. And notice those temperatures, they're not very warm, only into the 60s with a high of around 62 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Look at this weekend, though. That is some beautiful, beautiful weather. A beautiful weekend to round out the month of September and kick off October. And then we're heating up again as we head into next week. Some very unfall-like temperatures, for the most part, do continue. Coming up, Wildlife Wednesday in your highs and lows in the next half hour.
Thank you, Matt. University of Idaho entomologists now say this mean-looking wasp you see here behind us is not the same wasp that's actually turning up in parts of Idaho.
Yeah, the one behind us is called a northern giant hornet, more commonly known as a murder hornet. But the wasp being mistaken for a murder hornet is actually quite good for farmers. Researchers at U of I have been investigating several reported sightings of the honeybee colony killer. But they say people are actually seeing a cicada killer wasp, which is much less harmful and it helps with pest control and flower pollination.
Well, they were first discovered 2 years ago in northwest Washington. One of the pests cicada killer wasps take out is the stink bug, which is a real problem in the inland northwest right now. An updated COVID booster shot could be available within the next few weeks.
Coming up, what percentage of kids ages 5 to 11 in the inland northwest received that original dose? And Spokane Public Schools want to make sure your kids are prepared for the real world. What new courses are being taught that they hope will make them financially literate?
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Lake Talk Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 30th through October 2nd. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 41st harvest.
Cheers.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
There's nothing that beats the in-person experience of the Fall Festival of Homes. Whether you're buying, remodeling, or just looking for inspiration, you'll find everything you need to turn your ideas into reality. The 18th Annual Fall Festival of Homes will feature top local builders such as Camden Homes, Toll Brothers, and Greenstone. Sponsored by Fred's Appliance and brought to you by Spokane Home Builders Association. Local leaders, proven resources.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Democrats in Washington are threatening our way of life. Reckless spending fueling inflation. Shutting down energy production here at home. A push to defund the police. Kathy McMorris Rogers is fighting every day to stop them and protect Eastern Washington. Cutting spending to curb inflation. Unleashing American energy production. And making sure law enforcement has the resources they need. Kathy McMorris Rogers, our voice.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
Lake Talk Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 30th through October 2nd. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 41st harvest.
Cheers.
4 News Now is brought to you by Everhart Painting.
A new tool to help protect kids from COVID-19 could be available in the next few weeks. Moderna and Pfizer applied for emergency use authorization for their bivalent vaccines for kids as young as 5 years old. The companies claim the updated booster shot better protects against new variants as well as the original strain. The FDA authorizes them before they go to the CDC for its recommendation.
The updated booster is only effective if parents decide to get their kids vaccinated. According to the CDC, 38% of kids in that age group have received their first booster shot. In the inland Northwest, those rates are much lower. Since being authorized back in May, only 23% of kids in Spokane County have gotten a booster shot. Rates are even lower in Idaho, with only 14% of kids in that age group being boosted. If you're still on the hunt for a vaccine, you can go over to vaccines.gov to find a provider.
We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including why one man in Coeur d'Alene says a woman doctored a video of him claiming he exposed himself during a drag show at a Pride event.
Plus, we're kicking off our annual Coats for Kids drive live at the Safeway in Spokane Valley with how you can donate coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Big dreams for your business don't necessarily require a big bank, just a better bank. Mountain West Bank helps you establish a credit line, grow your business, and more, all with local decisions, making us a better financial partner. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y. Drive for generations.
These doors are closed because it's too dangerous to ask employees to work here anymore. Think about that. For decades, Patty Murray has spearheaded reckless policies that lead to shortages, inflation, and so much crime that you can't even get a cup of coffee from the hometown shop on Capitol Hill, even if you could still afford it. 30 years in the Senate, and this is what she has to show for it? If she won't do the job, I will. I'm Tiffany Smiley, and I approve this message.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's. Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It could finally be that home remodel. It could be that pool you've always wanted. It could be an investment in your future graduate. With local lenders and local decisions, we've got loans for whatever your future holds. Mountain West Bank. Today, tomorrow, together.
The hot new movie about screen legend Marilyn Monroe. Next, Inside Edition.
Marilyn Monroe only exists on the screen.
But how true is it? Did JFK really sexually assault the screen idol? Then, the 5th anniversary of the Las Vegas Massacre.
Watch the people fall. Boom, boom, boom.
The Untold Story. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
As it starts to get colder, that means it'll be time to break out the winter coats and donate your extra ones to a good cause.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite traditions here at 4 News Now, and it helps keep thousands of kids around the inland Northwest warm during those harsh winter months. Our very own Chris Crocker is live at Safeway in Spokane Valley tonight at 32nd and Highway 27. So Chris, how can everyone help out? It looks like you're helping out.
Yes, I do have a shirt on under my sweater, just in case you're wondering, and I am going to get my flu shot. I do this every year at our Coats for Kids kickoff, and that is because, well, I should let our guest here explain. This is Chandel Alverson. She is the pharmacy manager here at Safeway, and you're going to give me a flu shot.
Yes, I'm giving you your flu shot today. It is flu shot season. We're doing a lot of flu shots, and the flu shot will protect you against the flu and any complications from the flu. So also at Safeway, if you come here, you can get 10% off groceries.
That is huge. And if you get a free flu shot if you bring a new coat.
Yes. So you get a free shot with most insurances, if you don't have insurance and you bring a coat, you'll get a free shot as well as the 10% off grocery shopping.
I have to admit, yeah, this is the coupon. I get one of these, correct? I covet these. 10% every year. Well, okay, let's do it. I do not enjoy the shot. Now, Shondell, the COVID shots, flu shots, they're totally separate. If you're all caught up on COVID, you still need a flu shot, right?
Yes, absolutely. The flu shot will protect you against the flu. COVID is a separate virus, and the COVID shot will protect you against the COVID virus. So the COVID vaccine will protect you against the COVID virus.
And what are you hearing? You were telling me earlier you've heard some preliminary things about this year's flu.
So I've heard that Australia had a rough year with the flu. How the United States tries to decide which strains of flu to put in their vaccine, they try to look at how things are in the other parts of the country other parts of the world previously. So we're hoping that the flu shot protects really well against any complications that they've seen in other parts of the world so far.
Well, I am hoping that too. You know what? I got to tell you, I've had many a flu shot that was pretty good. I winced just a tiny bit because I'm kind of wimpy about that stuff. Well, I appreciate you and really everyone here at Safeway. Did you get remodeled too? You got remodeled too when they remodeled the store.
Just a couple months ago, yeah. We changed locations and we have a nice new pharmacy. So definitely come and see us and we can give you guys your shots.
Okay, and don't forget a brand new coat. We appreciate you very much, and we'll be back one more time to check in here from the beautifully remodeled Safeway out in Spokane Valley. Kirsten and Aaron?
Can we get that meteorologist a lollipop or something?
Maybe some apple juice.
I should have a lollipop, they're saying.
A sticker, perhaps.
All right, thanks so much, Chris.
A sticker, yeah.
For more information on where to donate, head to KXLY.com/codes4kids. As we get closer to handing out the jackets, we will update you on where you can get one. Just go to that same page.
A little slushy cone works too after shots or stitches. That's what I had at one time. All right, beautiful sunset starting to shape up here. A little bit of cloud cover adding to the mystique as we look over Spokane this evening. That sun keeps setting earlier and earlier, unfortunately. Don't mind, kind of want some of that daylight back. Warm temperatures, though, that definitely feel like there should be more daylight, as we're pretty mild in the 70s still at this hour as we round the bottom of the hour and head towards 7 o'clock. Mostly cloudy skies out there. We've seen a couple of sprinkles today, but things have been on the quieter side. And look at over in Montana, even a few lightning strikes. But we'll be quiet here as we head into the early middle part of your evening. Some showers going up the Okanagan River. We'll watch for some moisture to move into the metro as we head later tonight. In fact, a couple of areas of moisture we're going to watch this evening. One, you can see that area down in Oregon, south of Pendleton, and another one that's beginning to move over the Mount St. Helens and Mount Adams area, so crossing the Cascades. That'll move through Yakima, and then eventually will spread across our portion of the inland northwest as we head late into the night. So although our early and middle evening will be pretty dry as we head into the overnight hours and the late hours of the night and early hours of the morning, well, things are going to look a lot different. It will be a little bit rainy out there, so maybe you want to find those rain jackets that have been in storage for more than 2 months in all likelihood. We'll show you how long this rain is going to stick around, plus your Wildlife Wednesday photos coming up.
Matt, thank you. Well, a man is suing a Coeur d'Alene woman for defamation, saying she falsely accused him of exposing himself during a public drag show. Eric Posey performed at Pride in the Park back in June, and his lawsuit says blogger Summer Bushnell knew he did not expose himself, but posted a doctored video to gain popularity online. Bushnell owns and operates her own media company that provides digital marketing and strategy services. Posey says his reputation has been tarnished and he has suffered emotional distress from constant public harassment. He's now seeking money for damages and is demanding a jury trial. Well, are your kids ready when they leave for college or they decide to live on their own after they turn 18? Spokane Public Schools is now trying to make sure they are feeling independent.
The school district is now teaching kids to be money smart, how to file taxes, how to apply for the first credit card, skills they're going to need after they graduate. Bronte Sorotsky is live tonight at 6:30 to explain what these students are getting out of the program so far.
Spokane Public School seniors aren't just learning topics like math or history. They're learning about things like how to file your taxes and how to find a job after college or graduation. It's something that the district says is just as valuable as their other classes. Spokane Public Schools is preparing students for their futures, and not just academically.
The minute they walk across the stage, they're treated like an adult by our culture, and we want to make sure that they're ready for that on lots of different levels, including financial literacy.
The district offers students advisory periods where they can learn skills to be money smart and be successful out on their own after graduation, whether that's through a four-year college or another route.
We kind of got more complex and started talking about like the difference between like, you know, like your savings and like your Social Security, for example, and budgeting, and so that was really exciting.
Superintendent Adam Swinyard says students have been telling educators they want to learn these skills, and that there's been even more of a desire for these kinds of lessons since the pandemic.
The more opportunities that we're connecting with them and understanding their experience, and we're really noticing that more than ever coming out of the pandemic. Our kids have very strong opinions about their educational experience.
Most questions that students have about adulting, they can learn from their teachers.
And so are there some of those questions that we can answer in a lesson where a teacher can deliver an advisory to their group of students, where we just kind of raise that level of understanding? I think that's the goal.
Parents play an important role in teaching teens how to do everyday adult things as well. School district officials recommend parents ask their teens for an invitation to the School Links app, where students take job assessments, make post-high school goals, and research career and college options. In Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
The Washington State Cougars will be looking to get back in the win column this weekend against Cal. Coming up here, what head coach Jake Dickert wants to see from his team when they take the field on Saturday.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington State Employees Credit Union. There's never been a better time to get the luxurious quality and refined style you envision for your home. During National Kerostan Month, receive up to a $1,000 rebate on beautiful Kerostan carpets.
Save up to $1,000 on Kerostan flooring at Panhandle Carpet One.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Spokane Rain Gutter is celebrating 30 years. Never clean your gutters again and enjoy our triple lifetime warranty. Beat the fall rush and get 15% off. Call Spokane Rain Gutter today.
Hi, Sharks. I'm Janine Teagues from West Philadelphia.
I already know who you are. Get to it.
T-shirt, T-shirt, T-shirt.
So you want us to look just as dorky as you? Stay tuned and find out who we be making a deal with.
We rent china, glassware, tents, barbecues, flatware, linen, stands for staging, tables, chairs.
A to Z rental, no job too big, no job too small.
Jackhammers, stem doors, washers, stump grinders, saws, generators, skid steer, excavator, dingoes, trailers, tractors, nailers, staplers, hole diggers, tillers, mowers, yard vac, aerators.
Call A to Z rental at 509-924-2000 or go to rentatoz.com.
We rent everything, man. At A to Z rental, we rent everything.
Thanks to Joe Biden, food, fuel, everything costs too much. His energy policies and massive spending spree are driving skyrocketing prices, fueling the worst inflation in decades. 2 years ago, we were a self-sufficient, energy-independent, energy-exporting nation. Today, our energy production has been crippled. I'm Mike Crapo. I approve this message. Let's stop the spending free-for-all, let loose American energy, and fix inflation.
There's never been a better time to get the luxurious quality and refined style you envision for your home. During National Kerostan Month, receive up to a $1,000 rebate on beautiful Kerostan carpets.
Save up to $1,000 on Kerostan flooring at Panhandle Carpet One.
This is the cutest video you're going to see tonight. Oregon Zoo is celebrating autumn with animals. The zoo recently shared this video on social media showing the otters, red pandas, elephants, and a whole lot more. Ooh, they're going to stomp that pumpkin. Playing with the pumpkins. The workers dropped off fall's favorite fruit at several of the habitats in the zoo. And it's
gator.
I think they are known to chomp down on some of those pumpkins as well. It's another sign that the cooler season is here and can be enjoyed by all of us. Right, Matt? Even the gators.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have no idea how much pumpkin stuff I saw in the grocery store this weekend. Oh, my goodness. Everybody loves it, right? Well, I think the big moose love it as well. Of course, they're a little cranky because it's the rut at this point in the year. So in this corner, Marty Stone, Coeur d'Alene, captured this guy. He's got a little branch hanging off. Looks like he's been practicing. As you know, you got a lot of competition when you're out looking for the ladies this time of the year. Courtney, meanwhile, saw this big fella. He seems a little more passive or confident. It's hard to tell. Don't know what moose are thinking all the time, but they sure are fun to look at. We'll continue our Wildlife Wednesday with a cute little chipmunk. Thanks to Valerie for sending that in. On the wood pile, another sign that colder times are on the way. Chopping up the wood here as we get ready to get into what hopefully will be some cooler fall weather. You know who's not going to enjoy cool fall weather, though? That's this prairie rattler that Nora Jen saw in Cooley Dam. So not the best forecast if you're a sneaky snake. Cool weather, rainy weather. Not great snake weather, that's for sure. I think a lot of other critters are going to like it as much just because we have been very dry around the region over the past month and a half or so. Well, only occasional breaks. Well, this should be a pretty decent shot at some good rain in your neighborhood. Tonight, lows around 52. We'll see that rain chance continue to climb up and up and up as we head through the overnight hours and into the early morning. Lows will be in the 50s, pretty mild in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. 40s for Colville and Winthrop and Pullman. Upper 50s in the LC Valley. That cloud cover going to keep us a little bit warmer, insulating blanket type of deal. Now look at our highs compared to that. We're talking about only 50s across much of Idaho. 59 for St. Mary's, the Silver Valley only in the upper 50s, Sandpoint only in the upper 50s as well. 60s around the urban corridor, and you head further west and down in elevation, and you do get up into the 70s in places like Moses Lake. Expected to be fairly wet around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene in the morning. We'll still have a chance for some showers as we head into the afternoon, but it's not going to be nearly as prolific, rather be more hit or miss. Here's a look at what we're expecting through the metro. Chance for a couple of showers as we head towards the 11 o'clock hour. Chris Crocker, she'll be tracking that on night side tonight. And then here's Thursday morning. Yeah, that's a pretty active looking radar picture. You'll definitely want to have the rain gear out for the morning. Now, this is by lunchtime, looking much calmer, and our afternoon will be mostly cloudy, a little bit of a light breeze and those cool temperatures. But look at this. This is Thursday at about 11 o'clock. Some of that rain coming back down as our winds turn to out in the north and bringing in, yes, some more cool air. So it's going to feel a little bit more like fall over the next couple of days. We'll warm up those. We head into the weekend. Things are going to be looking very nice. Not nearly as hot as we were over the past couple of days for the weekend, but still a little bit above our average. But hey, nobody complains about sunny and 75. And that's what we're getting for the weekend, getting a little bit warmer as high pressure continues into next week. Definitely going to feel like fall a lot tomorrow, guys.
As Matt was saying during Wildlife Wednesday, there's a lot of competition out there. And after a tough defeat last weekend, Washington State head coach Jake Dickert said his team proved they were a good football team.
And this Saturday, they'll have a chance to get their first Pac-12 win and stay in the hunt. As Alex Crescenti tells us, they'll have to get by a Cal team that's given them fits in the past.
It is homecoming week on the Palouse, and for Washington State, they're going to be looking to get back to what's made them so successful this season, putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks, and on the flip side, continuing to progress in the passing game, really stretching the field, as both are going to be required to overcome a 3-1 Cal team.
Well, I would think the biggest thing is we got to be better with a four-man pass rush, right? I think some of those numbers are a lot of them off of pressure, and obviously a lot of different people getting those sacks, which is a good thing coming from different angles, but our four-man pass pass rush has got to be better, and we got to be able to make sure those guys are affecting the passer a lot more. And I don't know, it's just being consistent. It's just being consistent. Those are two good offensive lines you face with Wisconsin and Oregon, and I still think we're pretty good up front, and we got to go prove it.
I think we're playing hard and playing as a unit, as one. I think when you get down to the goal line, everyone's got to do their job, and even if it isn't like the big play or no superhero stuff, just line up and do your job. I think we're doing that really well this first couple drives.
And the one thing that's been frustrating about this group when you turn the tape on is a bunch of times we're playing with 9 or 10 guys, and it's one guy making a mistake, and the whole team and the whole offense is paying for it in that regard. So we got to be better at just being more consistent, and every guy on the field, all 11, doing their job and being able to make routine plays. And I think once the routine plays happen, we put drives together and we end up moving the football pretty good.
In the team's win down in Berkeley last season, the defense was able to accumulate 4 sacks on the day, so you figure if they're able to do the same or even more this weekend, there's a good chance they could come away with the win. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
What do you get when ice-cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
If you're turning 65 soon or over 65 and planning to retire, now's the time to learn more about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan from United Healthcare and get help protecting yourself from the out-of-pocket costs Medicare doesn't pay. Because the time to prepare is before you go on Medicare.
Don't wait. Get started today.
Call United Healthcare for your free decision guide.
I'm Mark Peterson. This summer, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Oh, life, we hear you beating out the rhythm of our days. We know you live fully. It's why we pioneer new treatments. Because when it comes to matters of the heart, you deserve world-class health care. Providence, we see the life in you.
This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Game day. No, game days. More than you can count. And at Turf Club Sportsbook, we've got all the action. With real sports betting, wall-to-wall HDTVs, and luxury seating. Just off the casino floor at Northern Quest, so you can bet, watch, and win on every game day. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Only at Northern Quest.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers, and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Tonight, we are kicking off our annual Coats for Kids drive. Over the next few weeks, you can donate a new or a gently used coat at stores across the Inland Northwest.
And we will then take them and give them to families in need to help keep children warm this winter. Let's send it back over one last time to Chris Crocker, who is at the Safeway in Spokane Valley at 32nd and Highway 27 with where you can donate.
Oh, well, we have had a blast out here at the Safeway today. You can donate at any Safeway or Albertsons. If you are watching me, you can donate at your local store. And the official collection starts October 1st. It goes through October 31st. And we don't only take codes, we do take cash. This is what we have collected here today. There's some 50s in there, and I am going to take this money and turn it into codes. Over the many, many years I've been doing this, I've become a very savvy shopper. I also got a check for $2,500 plus all of the beautiful new coats that you see here. Jerry Howard, thank you you did it again. What an amazing kickoff to Coats for Kids. Thank you for all that you have done for Coats for Kids.
You know, it's just, we're honored to be part of this and part of the community, and this is fun. It's such a great event, and the donations are fantastic, and I think we did pretty well this year again.
And I got a flu shot, and if you come in here, bring a coat, you get a free flu shot, and you also get a coupon.
Yep, 10% off.
10% off groceries.
Yep.
I got a coupon since I got that check.
Remember, you got to spend $200, isn't it? Or $75.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I have a family. I will easily spend that and then some. Well, thank you, and thanks to the Inland Northwest for a great start to Codes for Kids. You'll be hearing a lot about it over the next month. Kirsten and Aaron?
Just such a fun night, and thank you, Chris, for showing us that it's okay to get everything done.
Hey, Jerry.
All in one stop.
I hung out with Jerry last time I was there.
Hi.
They didn't invite me back this time.
Oh, he said he misses you, though. Did you hear that? For more information on where to donate, head to KXLY.com/CodesForKids. As we get closer to the deadline, we'll update that same page with where you can pick up a coat. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Pergo Elements Wet Protect. The right kind of waterproof. Pergo Elements.
Come see us at Floor and Home.
Let us help create your space.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y. Drive for generations.
Flowers are fighters. That's why the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of them. Because flowers find a way to break through. Just like we will. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
In our 43 years of business, Coeur Furniture has worked hard to earn the trust of our customers.
We've done this by providing a great selection of quality living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture at a fair price.
Our staff is trained to help you find the right piece for your home and to walk you through the customization process.
From purchase to delivery, we strive to make your furniture buying process easy.
We know there are a lot of options when it comes to buying furniture.
So try the rest, but start with the best.
Coeur Furniture's 43rd anniversary sale is going on now.
Nice store, low prices.
It says here United Healthcare has America's most chosen Medicare plans and local Medicare plan experts.
They'll even find you a plan with good dental coverage.
How do you know?
Scott, my local Medicare plan expert, he helped me find the right plan.
With benefits including prescription, drug, vision, and dental coverage, our Washington team is ready to help you find a Medicare plan that meets your needs and budget.
Talk to a local Medicare plan expert today at 1-888-SHOP-UHC.
Pergo Elements Wet Protect. The right kind of waterproof. Pergo Elements.
Come see us at Floor and Home.
Let us help create your space.
4 News Now is brought to you by Culligan Water.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, Hurricane Ian is making its way across Florida. The latest conditions as heavy wind and rain hit southwest Florida. That's coming up on Nightside.
And we will be tracking some rain slowly creeping its way into the inland northwest, and that means a showery and cool day tomorrow. If that gets you down, don't worry. Beautiful weather's coming back again for the weekend. We have been getting lucky with our weekends lately.
These fall
awesome.
weekends have been fantastic.
Excellent. I'm so used to all the rain always happening on the weekends, so it's great to see that we have some cool temperatures. It's going to feel just like fall. You can enjoy those fall outfits again.
Outfits, I like it.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.